The National Emergency Management Agency in Edo State has successfully trained some journalists in the state on emergency preparedness and response. The course, which covers understanding emergency management, safety response to disaster management, fundamentals of first aid, technical reporting during emergency, and collaboration with emergency agencies, took place at the Press Center in Benin City.
We have to show compassion in reporting.
Depending on injuries sustained by the victim, outside temperature, and victims' access to air and water, the vast majority of those affected by disaster will die within 72 hours after impact.
We have one rescuer. Now, we want to move the casualty quickly from the scene.
That's why they say one restaurant ample food.
This one is not. You tell me why this one is not too good.
Tell me why it's not too good.
What's wrong with that? If it's a bumpy surface, it will help me. More this thing. Again, even you, the rescuer, you are bending your waist. It's still not too good, but if you hold the shirt, so you are supporting the head.
Yeah. But only for short distances.
Speaking to journalists, the head of operations, Nema, Edo State, Ojudere Kenoma, said the training is to strengthen and prepare journalists on how to respond to emergencies during natural disasters.
Disaster management is everybody's business. We have said that before. It's not just a critical stakeholder that can respond to emergency. The media, the press, the members of the NUJ have been trained so that when they get to the scene of an incident and they discover there is no other responder there, they can at least render some help to the people that are the victims that are affected by whatever disaster before the trained people come. They are very important. They can be very important responders.
On his part, the chairman of NUJ, Dr. Festus Alehe, said there was a need for journalists in the state to be trained on emergency and disaster management because journalists are first respondents during an emergency.
We felt that it's also proper for journalists to be trained as well in rendering support. Apart from the fact that you also want to report situations, but you can also help to save life with this kind of training. That is exactly what we are witnessing today. So we have invited journalists across the chapters of the Nigeria Union of Journalists to this one-day training for journalists in Edo State. So we want to serialize it. After this batch, there will be another batch.
Some of the journalists who took part in the training also expressed their delight.
Let me congratulate the organizers of this event in collaboration with Nema. The world today has moved out of the former order. We are now experiencing a new dimension to life. So it is important that when you are in an environment, you should be able to observe clearly what the environment looks like, how to operate in the same environment. So that's what they have taught us, that we must be very conscious of our environment.
I've learned the art of first aid, how to apply first aid, some moves that will be able to prevent somebody from giving up the ghost while trying to rescue them.
A very commendable one from the Festus Aleke's NUJ and even the Nema, who has taken the responsibility to train journalists like us to know what to do, especially when you are one of the first people on the scene of an emergency.
Certificates were presented to journalists who successfully participated in the training. Joyce Alohan, JSTV News.